North Korea has responded to a tough new round of UN sanctions by scrapping its non-aggression pact with South Korea. The move follows last night's threat from Pyongyang to launch a preemptive nuclear attack on the United States. North Korea's sabre-rattling has driven a wedge between the hermit state and its one-time close ally China. Beijing has supported the West in imposing the sanctions and has called for all sides to calm down. China correspondent Stephen McDonnell reports from Beijing.
On a remote island bordering South Korea, the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un came to pay a visit. With the cameras rolling, ecstatic soldiers welcomed their supreme commander. This isolated regime has not only refused to give up its nuclear weapons in the face of increased sanctions, but has threatened to strike those who would take them away. In this highly choreographed visit, North Koreans were shown as well and truly supporting their leader, especially on the front line of defence. On local television, the message is coming out loud and clear.
Since the United States is about to ignite a nuclear war, we will be exercising our right to preemptive nuclear attack against the headquarters of the aggressor in order to protect our supreme interest.
This all comes in response to tough new sanctions voted on at the United Nations to discourage North Korea from pursuing a nuclear weapons program.
The sanctions hit luxury goods which are vital to the elite of North Korea, which shamefully indulges a plutocratic lifestyle while their own people are starved and stunted and suppressed. The second impact is that it allows for the interdiction of all shipping and aircraft going into North Korea, so that anything with a bearing on their program of weaponisation can be removed.
The vote to impose these sanctions had unanimous support at the Security Council, including North Korea's key ally China.
What makes these significant is the fact that they're adopted by the UN, and that means with the support of China. China has not vetoed this. China has supported this. China deserves our praise and commendation.
In Beijing, the government says it's now trying to diffuse the tension.
China calls for all the parties to be calm, restrained, and to try and avoid any activities which will make the situation deteriorate. We also call on all parties to stick to dialogue and negotiation.
North Korea says it's cut the emergency hotline with the South and has threatened to end the non-aggression pact signed at the end of the Korean War.
North Korea must wake up from its delusion of becoming a nuclear weapon state, and make the right choice. The biggest victim from its nuclear pursuit and provocation will be none other than North Korea itself.
But North Korea says it's prepared to use nuclear weapons to strike its most important enemy, the United States.
The United States is fully capable of defending against any North Korean ballistic missile attack. And our recent success in returning to testing of the upgraded version of the so-called GBI, or the CE-2 missile, will keep us on a good trajectory to improve our defense capability against limited ballistic missile threats such as those from North Korea. But let's be clear, we are fully capable of dealing with that threat.
It's quite something to have the Communist Party of China in the middle of its annual session of Parliament here at the Great Hall of the People, siding with the United States over its former Korean War allies on military matters. But for China, stability is number one. And if North Korea is going to threaten that stability, well, the feeling is this can't be tolerated. Yet Beijing is tonight trying to play down the split with Pyongyang.
China has a normal country-to-country relationship with North Korea, but at the same time, we firmly oppose North Korea conducting nuclear tests.
China may be calling for calm, but tensions on the Korean peninsula only seem to be getting worse. Stephen McDonnell, Lateline.